What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Garden in Lycia Land with your girl, Lycia Ann. In today's video is the June garden tour. Now, why is a garden tour important? A garden tour is important because it helps you keep up with how your plants act during the season. For me, it helps to have a visual garden tour, actually see how my plants progress throughout the growing season is highly important. So, come along with me while I take you on this garden tour. First up on our garden tour is my newly established homemade butterfly garden. Now, I took lattice from my brother-in-law because it was wrapped around his house, and I decided to use it for a trellising system and a gardening system. Now, this is just the basics. I haven't done anything with this flower bed, but I will let you know what plants I have in it. First up on the list of plants is and I'm going to butcher the name, folks, but I will put the proper spelling of the name in the video. So this is a bougainvillea. This is my butterfly milkweed. This is a plumbago. This is a really pretty plant when the flowers are flowering because they are like a periwinkle blue. This is a coxcomb. And then I have my hibiscus. It's starting to get some yellowing of the flowers. I am not sure actually if... Ooh, that doesn't look good. But I'm not sure if I'm overwatering it or underwatering it or what's going on. And then I have another bougainvillea. I'll put the name in the description or up in the video for you. And then I have these plants, which the butterflies love. These are my my lilies. They don't have blooms on them anymore. And this is just a butterfly plant. Another lily and another one of them butterfly plants that the butterflies love. Really drought tolerant. Now, this is my deep yellow cabaret cabrosia or something. Like I said, I'll put the names or the descriptions in the bottom. But a calibrosia, or however you pronounce that. So yeah. And then if you go over here behind my butterfly garden, my brother-in-law and I planted these bushes. He didn't want them around his propane tank anymore because he was going to move it. And I decided that I wanted to kind of, give a little bit of privacy, space between my sister's shed and my camper. That one back there looks like it died. I don't know if it's going to come back. They all look like they're dying, but they've been watered every day, twice a day, since they've been planted. But in this Texas heat, I don't know. My bird bath fountain that was originally going to be over there in the original butterfly garden, but I moved it, and it's over here. I just took this was sitting on the end of my porch right there, and I just decided to put it in that bird bath. So I decided we needed some color to this pot, and I do some art, so I decided I was just going to paint the, just kind of sling some paint on it and call it good. But these are my zinnias, and they're growing. I don't know how long they're going to be able to take this heat we have here in Texas, but they're growing. Some of it looks pretty bad, some of it looks pretty good. So we're going to go start over here in pallet bed A. So here's pallet bed A, and I'm continuing the lattice that I got from my brother-in-law, Joey, and I just basically made a little border. I didn't have enough to go all the way around, but the aesthetics from the house to the garden looks pretty good. There's nobody out back anymore, so you can't really see it. But this is a tomato plant that I took. It was a tomato sucker that I actually took off of my Better Bog or Better Boy, whatever it's called. I don't know the actual name. But right there, I took a sucker off of that and stuck it in this pot. These are my Tabasco plants. Now, I don't know what this is. That might be sun scald. It might be something else. I'm not sure. But we do have a mini pepper growing. A couple of them. And this is my habanero plant. It's got flowers going on it. It looks pretty good. Actually, let me turn it around for you so you can see. Yeah, see, it looks pretty good. This is another Tabasco pepper that I have. That is my nasturtiums. And the pink on it is, I got excited and happy with the paint and just splattered some paint on there just to see what it was going to look like. My butterfly bush is doing pretty good. It got some paint on it as well. I don't know if it'll bloom this year, but it should bloom next year. And then, I don't remember what these are called. And then this is another sucker off of my Better Boy. I think. It's either off my Better Boy or my beefsteak. Or my black creme. I'm not sure. Label your plants so you don't forget what you do with them. Because if you don't label them, then you're going to be like me and not remember. But we got 2 little tomatoes growing. And that is the end of the pallet bed, pallet bed garden 1, or A, or whatever it is. Moving over here. Now, like I said, this is lattice that I got off of the bottom of my brother-in-law's house because he removed it from his house and he was going to burn it. And I took it because I needed something that I could use to, run my tomatoes up for my indeterminates. But this is the Better Bog, or Better Boy. And I'm waiting for these to start to ripen. They look pretty good. And it's got 4 on it. Now, they do have some flowers on there. I don't know if you can see that. But with the heat, I'm not sure how long they're going to keep producing. And all I did was just use some string to hold the stuff up, the tomato and the lattice up to the T-post. And this is what it looks like back here. I'm not a professional. This is just how I was able to hold stuff up. And then my squash died, so I transplanted this habanero pepper plant in here. And it seems to be doing pretty good. And then here's another tomato plant. And this is one of the suckers that I replanted in the pot. But this is my black creme tomatoes. I had to remove a couple of tomatoes off of this plant because some type of tomato bug got a hold of it, but it's flowering as well. And like I said earlier, I don't know if they're gonna produce in this heat, but it's trial and error, right? We see and we learn and we take notes and find out what needs to be done. Oh, look, there's a tomato. So I don't know if it's stressed out or not. This is a beginning gardening channel, and y'all are just on the journey with me. Okay, moving on here. So this is a sucker from my black cherry tomato plant right there. And this back here are my sweet potato slips that I planted. And we're going to just see. And then this is trial and error back here. This is just a cluster of tomatoes. I don't know what type of tomatoes they are. And if you use wood, it gets stuck. Mystery tomato. So, these are my mystery tomatoes, and they've got some fruit on them. And I just planted them in the ground just to see. And this is another tomato plant. I don't know what type of tomato. And then I have another tomato plant back here. They seem to be doing okay. And that's where I've been throwing all of my plants that I had to cut off or throw away. So I guess that you could call it my semi-compost pile. Alright, moving on. My marigolds are taking off. They are really taking off. I have a pepper back here that is getting covered up by this marigold. This is my sweet peppers. It looks like banana peppers growing, but it's not a banana pepper. It is mini sweet peppers that are seeds that I planted and, from the produce section of the Dollar General. And I forgot the tire garden. This is my jalapeno plant. I just harvested a bunch of jalapenos off of it yesterday. And this is my black pearls. They're starting to get ripe. Starting to ripen. My gardenia. And these. Okay, this is my beefsteak. My cantaloupe. I did not realize that I had 3 cantaloupe seeds that actually germinated and came up. I only thought I had 2. But it turns out I have 3. So, that's pretty cool. But I ended up topping this one off. And all I did was I just weaved these in and out of this cow panel trellis. And it seems to be doing really good. So, you can see this is starting to turn. And this is starting to turn. But you can see these are beefsteaks, but they're not getting very big. But it is producing fruit, so that's awesome. And the cantaloupe doesn't have any fruit on it as of yet that I know of. But I don't know exactly what I'm looking for because this is my first year growing cantaloupe. But it is flowering. Okay, these are my climbing roses. And I'm just weaving them in and out so that they will start doing their thing. Okay, now, same thing over here. I like the mirror effect. So I try to do everything. The mirror effect aesthetically is pleasing to me, and that's why I do it. But on the right side of my archway is another climbing rose, and I'm just doing the same thing that I did over there, weaving it in and out. Now, this is my cucumber, and we got one right here, and I think that's it. I was looking at, I don't know what happened to that one. Can you see it? I don't know. Maybe it didn't pollinate. Maybe the flowers. Maybe it's getting too hot. And I got another one right there. But basically all I do is I just come out here every day and shake my cow panel trellis in order to, you know, I guess pollinate. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, and then this is my big tomato, which the tomatoes on it are not very big, but it is growing, and it's an indeterminate tomato. And like I said, you can see that I was weaving it in and out, and this is a sucker that I didn't take off, and basically they just, now when it gets this high, it's too high to weave in and out, so I'm just letting that part go since it's got flowers on it, and that one has flowers on it. But I'm like 5 foot, and this one's probably 6 foot. That limb is probably taller. But in the archway, as you can tell, or if you can tell, so when an indeterminate tomato reaches the peak that you can't weave it in and out anymore, it basically just grows straight up. That's what I'm learning. So, like I said, the mirror effect, this is another black pearl pepper, and I've tasted them, and they are extremely hot. And another gardenia bush, another Tabasco pepper at my school, my brother-in-law's school. Yeah. And of course, it is very weeded around here. This other marigold, another Tabasco pepper is flowering and producing. Okay, so here's another one of my brother-in-law's lattices that I used as a trellis system, and because he was going to throw it away. I did the same thing that I did over there, in that I used string to tie them up loosely so that they can grow. I strung them, and then I'm letting this one grow down here, and we got tomatoes. But I don't know how many clusters of tomatoes that I've already picked off of here. Now, these are small, but the ones that I picked, they were like that size. Well, you can't really see it, but about that size. And I might show you. I might add that picture of my harvest that I did yesterday in this video. Now, here's my okra. And I got a baby here, and I got a baby here. So, my daddy said that you want to harvest them, you know, when they're about 3 inches long, before they get hard. So, these are, you know, soft. But we're going to see. I've been harvesting a couple here and there. This is my eggplant. And yes, it looks pretty bad, but we got eggplant. How many eggplants? I just harvested like 5 off of here yesterday. And we have another eggplant that's gonna start growing. And another one. So, and they're flowering. And all I do with these is every morning I just come out here and kind of, you know, when they have flowers on them, I just kind of shake them a little. And that seemed to help a lot with the growth of the eggplants. You don't want to shake them too hard, because then you'll remove the flowers off them. But it helps to kind of, I guess, get pollinated. Another habanero plant. Well, there's actually 3 habaneros in this small bucket. And I don't recommend doing that. But I did. And it's very hard to keep them upright. I tried staking them, but I didn't tie them. That plant I have tried to plant, or this pot, my nasturtiums, They looked good, then I knocked them over and it broke. And then I tried to replant some seeds. They didn't take off. And here's a little spider. I don't know what type of spider that is, but that's a spider. But we got flowers on this habanero plant, which looks awesome. So coming over here to the back side of my camper is the we planted up some of these bushes, but I don't know if they're going to make it or not. I've been watering them, but we just planted them in the ground to kind of give a divide between my sister and my brother-in-law. Now that one looks dead. Dead. Will it come back? I don't know. But they're trying. Hey, if you like these garden tours and you want to continue watching them, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss an upcoming video. And like always, peace out, baby. Have a blessed day. Peace out, baby. Have a blessed day. I love you. Bye.